Started recording. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1.
No one's ever said that before. 3, 2, 1.
You can edit.
No, I'll keep it in.
Zero Carbon Project is tackling climate change using the blockchain and international carbon credits. Zero carbon tokens are underpinned by concrete value, as energy suppliers must use them to pay their transaction fees for using our marketplace. As our consumer base grows, the demand for zero carbon tokens increases, constrained by a fixed supply. To be involved, please visit us at zerocarbonproject.com.
Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. I have with me Simon on the Discord channel. He's known as Battery Aziz. He is one of the team at Bittubers.com, also bit.tube, which is moving over to Bittubers.com. And they have a decentralized hybrid blockchain vlogging platform, as well as a way of earning cryptocurrency just by being on the internet. And what we're going to be talking about in this video is the platform, Bittubers.com, what it's like for you as a viewer to use it, and what it's like for content creators like myself to use it. Now, before I go any further, I want to let you know that this is not investment advice. Do your own due diligence. Don't invest any more than you can afford to lose. And all I'm doing in this video and then all of my other videos is sharing with you what I'm discovering as I travel along on the blockchain. And traveling along on the blockchain, well, actually in the Discord channel, I discovered Simon. Simon, listen, thank you so much for making yourself available.
Thank you.
And thank you for, I don't know how it was. I think I reached out to the team or you reached out to me and stuff, because I've covered BitTubers quite a bit on my...
Yeah, I mean, you had an appointment with Saber last time, and I opted to do it instead. So.
Yes. Thank you. And then before that, I did an interview with Marcus, who's also one of the tech team. Now, I know you wanted to say something about that interview. There was a point you wanted to raise. Before you do that, do you want to say a little bit about yourself and your relevant background and what you do at Bittubers?
Sure. I'm Simon. I have a little bit of a technical background in mechanical engineering. I got involved with BitTube at the very beginning, I think in March of 2018, February, March. And I started out just as an admin and just giving some input on the sidelines. And eventually I became a full-time employee. I've written mostly articles for BitTube, and since we've started developing Bittubers, I've been basically a conceptual designer for the platform. So a lot of the ideas that you see around the platform or that's in the backend, a lot of that comes from me.
So you're the perfect person to talk to take me through the platform and how it all works and stuff. Great. Okay. And what the interview with Marcus, and I'll link to all these in the description below. What is it you wanted to say about that?
Maybe nothing specific.
Mm-hmm.
I got the impression that the part about airtime wasn't really covered in depth, and maybe that's for another episode. That's because it's a central point of the whole ecosystem that we're trying to build. Of course, everything is around monetization of the content. So maybe it's good to sort of shortly cover that, how it works, and then go on from there. Or maybe you want to move that to another episode as well.
Well, let's since you've mentioned it and people may be interested, let's have a quick look at it. I'm just going to show you. I think I opened it up, my airtime. So I'm only registered in. This is bittubers.com. This is my profile. So if I go to wallets, and that'll open up, and there's a link in the description below if people want to get their own airtime account. And this is actually, you can't see this, can you? I forgot to share my screen. Let me share my screen with you. There you go. All right, so can you see that? This is my account overview. This is my...
Yes.
So what is it you want me to share with people or show people? Shall I open up the little app? And if people use my referral link, what do they get? They get 5 Bittube for using that?
Yes. They get 5 Tube when they sign up. And it's included in the first payment of Airtime. Airtime has some spam detection and other filtering built in. So that's to prevent that bots just try to get a referral reward all the time.
Sure.
So basically, you get it after 3 days after you sign up.
Okay. So what is it? So what happens is people register, and then whenever they install the app on their browser, and I know it works through Chrome, and I've got it on Brave. And you've also got the Brave browser, which isn't available on Mac. So, sorry, your own browser, Bittube browser, which I haven't got because I'm on a Mac, right? So, anything you want to say about this very briefly?
Well, do you have any questions about it? Maybe that's a better way to
start. No, I don't, because I actually remembered I covered it quite in depth with Saber in one of my early interviews with him.
Okay.
So I went through that, right? And in my interview with Marcus, what we really talked about was the development of the platform, and I think that was several weeks ago. And since then, the platform has developed quite a bit.
Yeah, every week we're adding.
Yes. Okay. Well, look, we'll leave it there with Airtime. Let's have a look at the Bittubers platform. So it's bittubers.com, and this is distinct from bit.tube, which is still live, but you can't upload anything on it anymore.
Yeah, it's closed off now. Yeah.
Oh, is it closed? Like people can't even go and see the website?
No, it's closed off. I mean, you can't upload new content.
Right, okay. You can't upload new content, but you can go and see the old content. And then at some point, you're going to be migrating the stuff over.
Yeah. We're developing the migration tools now so that you can link your wallet. So you don't have to basically move your coins over to another address. So you just add an account and you access your wallet directly.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, of course, moving your old Bittube content to the new platform.
Yes.
Basically introduce some bulk upload tools and stuff like that. So that's in development.
Okay, that's in development. All right. Well, let's have a look. Here is the Bittubers website for someone who's not a user, who's not signed up or anything. Mm-hmm. And you've got all this stuff. There's the homepage, recommended, explore, videos, live stream, images, audio. So audio, does this allow people to podcast? Do podcasts on this?
Yeah, you can post images and audio, and basically you can. It's because it's all about airtime, and the amount that you earn is based on the time that your content is watched. You could basically also earn a lot by just posting audio clips or music or stuff like that. So it's perfect. It's a perfect fit for musicians as well.
Right. Okay. So I could, for example, I could post my videos and post them as podcasts.
You could, yeah, sure.
And then I would earn more airtime because more people would be watching and listening. Is that what you mean?
Well, they would be earning the same. So basically, if you bring out a podcast version of interview of long interviews, maybe some people might prefer that if they are on a bus or they're en route to somewhere, so they just want to listen to it in the background, then a podcast version is perfect for that, and you would be earning the same.
Right. Okay. I mean, what I mean is that people would watch my video and I'd earn from there. And then if I had that video as a podcast, people would listen to that and I would earn from that as well.
Yeah. The same time is counted. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then there's also these things like images. People can just post images.
Yeah. By the way, the first thing you'll notice here is there's an overlap between the feed and the sidebar. This is already fixed on the testnet. So.
Right. Okay.
It's a little bug that was introduced when we launched the mobile UI. We launched that last week. So.
Okay, and so it's now available on Android and iOS?
Yes.
I haven't looked at that. That might be something for me to play around in a.
Yeah, it's great actually. Yeah,
Okay.
very addicting.
Okay. And then with the audio, does it give me does it give people the option to download them as MP3s?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the same for videos or images right now. It's open content.
So okay. So somebody could download my video as a MP4 or as an MP3 or either.
Yes. Or AAC, I guess.
Or AAC. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's find out about this crypto rich fella. All right. Let's see if he's any good. Now here we go. Crypto space rich. It doesn't find me. It's just search by username and by display name. Oh, that was my suggestion.
No, it's you see a search result in the top left. If you click that, you go to your profile.
This one here, one member.
Yeah.
Ah, and has that been fixed? Has my suggestion been enacted?
Yes.
Ah, very good. Very good. That was my suggestion because it wouldn't find me.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Interview with CEO Ben Fairbank, aka Bitcoin Benny. Okay, so I posted that yesterday. 4 views. Come on, Simon, why has it only got 4 views?
You have to pump those numbers, man. Rookie numbers.
Yeah, because I mean, how many content creators are there on Bittubers? Sorry, Bittubers currently.
I actually don't have the numbers for that. I only have the numbers for the total of verified users.
Yeah.
So how much that's worth, which is about 8,000 now, I guess, or 7,800, something like that.
And how many are you adding each day of verified users?
I think it's a few hundred today. You can go to bittubestats.com.
Okay, let's put that
a
in.
different website. It's developed by a community member, so it's not by us.
Okay.
So maybe I can send you a link.
I've got it. Bittube. Bittube stats. Here we go, because I have looked at it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you see now, this is the adoption page. So this is just for
increased by 60%. Topics decreased by 10%. Topics being like whether people covered like health and fitness and cryptocurrency and karate or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. The number of videos going up, so it's all growing, but it's still tiny relative to YouTube and I think some of the other decentralized platforms.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we just started.
Yeah.
Basically, it's of course a bit of a sort of a gray area to say that we've just started, but that's the general feeling that we have because basically Bittube was almost an experiment, I think.
Yeah.
It was a fun experiment, but we learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
And really decided we really knew that we had to build it from the ground up to make something that can actually have impact.
Right. And then Bittubers is still it doesn't find me on this, right? And maybe I need to put in my display name. Bittubers is in public beta right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like early beta, I would say.
Early beta. Okay. So let's have a look. So that's as a login. All right. So let me see. So it tells you a little bit about me. What else do you want to show? Do you think it'd be useful for for viewers to know?
So I guess when you see this page for the first time, just you're the landing page of Bittube, you have the sidebar on the left.
Yep.
And the first thing you should know is the home page. That is really your personalized page. So what you see on home is posts from topics that you're following. Topics are hashtags basically. And content from the people that you're subscribed to. Mm-hmm. And we could personalize it further by basically that's something that we want to do in a few months. Is based on your upvotes and downvotes.
Right.
Sort of, feel the content that you're more interested in based on the topics that you up or downvote. So, show you more from this, show you less from something else.
Yes. Like in a way like YouTube does, because if I find myself watching cat videos,
Yeah, well, YouTube algorithm is very aggressive, and it's I always wonder, like, in how much it uses AI, because it of course it has this huge data set of basically your whole Google history.
Yeah.
But for some reason, if you go down a rabbit hole of some conspiracy videos, for instance, then you get just recommendations about videos that you're not really interested in. So
Yes. Did you
it's
know,
still
Simon?
very basic.
Simon, that's very interesting you say that, right? Now, I know you're in Europe and I'm also in Europe, and we're both our nations are part of the European Union.
Yeah.
And about a year ago, if I put into YouTube Brexit, what would invariably come up were the most viewed videos for that
Right.
particular period.
Yeah.
Now, if I put in Brexit, all that the first page pretty much is the mainstream news.
Yeah, it's CNN, MSNBC.
Yeah. And I want alternative perspectives. So I get what you're saying about how they've changed the algorithm. So then I have to dig deeper if I want to find out some alternative perspectives.
Yeah.
And it's funny about the conspiracy theories, because the real conspiracy theories is done by the mainstream media, like weapons of mass destruction.
A good example of this as well is a new creator that signed up last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a new creator, but she had been on Bittubers for a while. It's Body Language Ghost.
Yes.
And she had experienced this for maybe the past 6 months, I think. But for some reason, when you search her name, you get a channel at the top, but you don't see any of her videos in the search results. You have to scroll down basically 5 pages before you actually get search results for her videos.
Wow.
Very strange. So if you're not actually subscribed to her channel, you won't find her. Basically shadow banned. So.
Yeah, no, I think I'm being shadow banned. I said to you before we started up that a video that I posted, the one which was on screen earlier with Bitcoin Benny from Komodo, has had about 100 views in 24 hours. Now, when I did a video with him about 3 months ago, that had about 300 views in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So there's something definitely going on. And other YouTubers have said this to me about their views being completely down. My views are really, really down. And I think in the long run, I think YouTube are going to lose out to decentralized platforms. People, I'm not interested. If I want to go to the BBC, I'll watch the BBC, but I want to hear what else there is in the world.
Exactly. Yeah, I think the future of this, basically what we've experienced up until this point, is a few very large social media conglomerates that have held all the power and basically set a standard that everyone just accepts. But I think when you go down maybe 4 or 5 years, I think everything will be peer-to-peer in the sense that you have so much choice about which platforms and which social communities that you can join.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you have the amount of social platforms that you'll have is maybe the same amount of altcoins that you have right now.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm getting in early on Bittubers, right, as a hedge against future.
Yeah, you're buying Bitcoin now.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So, anything else you want to let somebody know who's coming on for the first time that might be useful for them?
Yeah, if you scroll up in the sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, so I started with home. This is a personalized thing. The recommended feed is it still has to be tweaked. What you see in recommended is right now about what you see in Explore, which is the one below that.
Mm-hmm.
But what we want to do with recommended is set some thresholds before content gets added to it. So it has to have some upvotes. It has to have some activity. So the more popular stuff gets on there, and we can curate it like we want, basically. So recommended would be a curated a trending page, basically.
Right.
And to contrast that, we have Explore and Topics below that.
Okay.
Which are supposed to be neutral feeds. So basically, you can find all the content that you want. You can find in Explore and in Topics.